Welcome to the Hardback Cafe in Undertown, Gainesville, Florida, home of the Fighting Gamers and the Brain Institute. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's a special engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, let me have the privilege of putting my foot in my mouth to start with, so I don't accidentally do it later. We are here to honor and celebrate the power and the force that currently is, not was, but is, River Phoenix, and the music of the band Alika's Attic. Woo! I know one thing. River didn't want it to be River in the Alika's Attics. Nope. Mm-hmm. And that's not what it was, as a matter of fact. I only know that because I saw it, because I was there. I'm telling you, this group of people were all extraordinary. And the reason that we are here tonight is because their spirit and River's spirit continues on. And I want to say something special about Christy. Christy planted a seed. She said, I'm doing this event. And she got on the phone and she called Alan Bushnell of the Hardback Cafe. Give him a round of applause. The Hardback Cafe, I'm going to be frank with you. Yes, it's always been and continues to be a punk club. Yep. The spirit of punk is alive. But what does punk really mean? It means you get on the stage and you say what you believe and you do it truthfully. You do your music, you do your art, you create even if everybody doesn't agree with you. And sometimes if they do. I don't know what tonight will bring except for one thing. People have traveled from all over to be here. And we have many locals. We have people who are young, people who are not as young.
Nice hit.
Shut up.
People of all different persuasions, socioeconomic statuses, colors, races, creeds, sexual orientations, religions, you name it. That's the kind of thing that the spirit of River Phoenix brings together.
Amen.
So it's an absolute privilege to be on this stage. You will hear from people who knew River. You will hear from people who wanted to know River. You will hear from people who adore and appreciate River Phoenix, who adore and appreciate the music and the power of Alika's Attic. Please let me humble myself in introducing, if I may, because I didn't start this. I literally am just introducing acts and playing probably the worst set of the night. But I want to introduce to you right now to explain what's going on, how it's going to go, and everything else. The one, the only, Christy Swanton, who flew in from Michigan. Give her a round of applause.
Yeah!
I gotta adjust this a little bit because I'm short. Okay, we are here to celebrate the life, the legacy, the music of River Phoenix. I started this because there are fans all over the world that even 29 almost years after his death feel him. Yep. They feel the power of being a unique person. He embraced creativity. And I cannot sing, but I can tell you this. I like to create. And I wanted to pay him homage because I thought it was long overdue. Myself and fans all over the world wanted a night for him. And I am so thankful. I'm over the moon with this. Yay. And I appreciate everything. And the only thing that I can say for sure, every person in this room, every person watching online, in whatever platform that may be, River runs through us.
Yes, indeed.
Amen, girl. Amen. Yes.
He continues to inspire people to be themselves, to be unique, to not conform, and to love with all your heart. So, to get to the creative part, I would like to introduce to you Pose Norma, if she would like to take the stage. And thank you for being here.
Go, Mama. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. I am beyond honored and moved to have asked to have performed and opened for this event.
Nice.
So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my name is Norma. I'm a Gainesville local. Some originals for you. This song is called Candlelight. She wakes up to find her candlelight shining from her eyes through starless night. Branches crack, needles crush, fragrant winds start to rush. Corners closing in to show how much you and palms to Her divine crown rests on her head, keeps her safe while she rests in her bed. Of hornets singing life, shielding her in life she once right. Corners closing in to show how much you really know. When she wakes up, she'll have something for you. And when she wakes up, she'll have magic for you. She closes her eyes while keeping sight. Her pine tree heart brings her new life. Fire burn near the brush, fragrant winds start to rush. Corners closing in to show how much you really know. And when she wakes up, she'll have something for you. And when
Some of my songs are kind of witchy, which the last two were, and some of them are a little bit bitchy. And this next one is a bitchy one. This one's called Baby Man, and this goes out to anyone who feel like they've dated a metaphorical child.
Love it. Amen.
We've all been there, right?
Well, I have.
Beneath him, I don't mind when he falls down and cries.
First charge.
Thank you so much for just in the spirit of everything this stands for. I'm glad that I got to try something new for you all. So thank you so much. Again, I'm host Norma. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Amazing.
You all missed Pose Norma's cat. Pose Norma's cat was here on Tuesday at the Bull in downtown Gainesville, Florida, the known center of the universe. Pose Norma is there with her cat watching jazz.
It's a Sphinx cat.
Yeah, it's a Sphinx. I mean, it's a serious cat. If you want a cat and you're allergic to cats, this is the best cat to get. It's slightly less allergic because it doesn't have any hair, but this is like, that's a direct connection to Egypt, I'm telling you right now. Now, it may sound like I'm doing a rambling speech, but actually I'm very precise in what I'm saying. This is the thing I saw River do many, many times. People would be like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, then you revisit those 20 years later and you discover exactly what the hell he was talking about. Isn't that interesting how time shapes the things we say? I think that's part of what this evening is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our next performer to you. Am I stepping on your... Just stepping on everything. Her name is May. See, they know, man. They know. I don't want to screw up the introduction. But I already told you I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I already did it, and I'm going to do it again. May is one of my favorite performers. She doesn't know it. I just told her. I don't want to make her nervous. May will come up here and not pretend, but she'll be nervous like me. I'm actually nervous. You know that I'm nervous? I'm not nervous. I've been doing this shit for 40 years. I'm nervous tonight. I want it to be right. You know? But I'm not afraid to tell you that I'm nervous. I'm not afraid to tell you that I'm nervous. May came up and she's like, oh, I guess I'll try. I'll try my best. And she has her guitar, and then it was like somebody dropped a needle on the best record you've ever heard in your life. She told me she's going to screw the whole thing up tonight. May, I'm challenging you. You cannot possibly screw it up worse than me. When I go on, I'm going to screw it up worse than you. But you are awesome. I love you. You have changed. You have transformed. I'm not kidding. You have transformed this town for what an individual can do. Coming from wherever you came from and then performing and becoming one of Gainesville's elite. You're just fantastic. Your music is fantastic. Your lyrics are fantastic. I know that everything that you play, no matter what happens tonight, will come from a place of sincerity. I know that. Ladies and gentlemen, May. Don't worry about that. It's blessing the stage. You're still going to perform, right? I'm sorry. I love you. You know what?
Yeah!
Sorry, 1 second.
I want your guitar in, right?
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, my other guitar is.
Right, the electric. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wait, Alan, so I can plug this in. Alan wanted to plug me in.
Yeah, plug it in.
Hey, is Christy live? So am I. So we're doing lives at the same time.
Yay, babe!
everyone for coming out here for the River Phoenix reunion. This next song is, kind of a new thing. It's like really short, so I'll try it out.
I liked it.
This next one's called Machines. Manufactured just to be 6 machines encased in polyethylene, just to feel free, only to fall back on my knees. Turn me up, Chicago style, 'cause I could be the good girl in the line. Hold me tight, make me feel love like I could be your wife, but it's not right. Manufactured just to be 6 machines made of hydraulic entities, just to exceed all the other ones you compete. Turn me up, strawberry style, 'cause I could be the good girl of your life. Hold me tight, make me feel love like I could be your life. You know what it's like, the pressures you
Wait. Okay.
How about it for me, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, this next song is called Comfort Zone. I was walking along the open road about a mile I catch my breath, but they were my breaths and challenged me to rethink my steps. And every time you show up, I'm reminded of a lost time. I think about the hourglass, how the sand begins to pile, but the pressure to move forward gives me cold sweats and longs, stuck in familiarity. And when I look past all the stress and the pain, it feels so free. I could just dance in the rain, but the wet clothes sink inside your crevices and toes. It starts to sicken me and I feel real low. I could not forget the thunder that rolled. When I get close to you, it's all doom and gloom, and I was not ready. And when I see you, I think I wanna change, but each day passes the same routine. When you leave, I know I wanna follow, but I can't let this go. Straight out my comfort zone.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely.
Locked myself into place. Too many awkward days, dancing in the corner alone. Rose petals on the ground, speak when you're not around. Set aside to be decomposed, and I'm save me and put me in a cocoon. Maybe it's all in my head, it gets in the way, but maybe I just wanna stay in a love that is true. 'Cause I want to, and I long to, and my baby hair's gray at the roots. And I want to, and I long to, and my baby hair's gray at the roots. In my room, oh, in my room. This loud? Okay, I have two more. This next one's called Time. Just talking to myself. Mirror, convincing me new things about myself. Demons, they creep between the folds between my brain. Demons, they pull my heart in the dark where they lay. Down, 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 down. Evil wakes with me in the morning, wears me down into the nighttime. I swear I just want to do better, but I can't set foot on the high ground. Down, 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 down. Down, down, down. It's a physiological response that keeps my body so cold. And I'm stacking up the fuel to try to keep the kindling going. But all I get is smoke. I guess the wood is too green. It must be, 'cause timing's everything.
That was amazing.
Awesome. Alright, last song, guys.
No!
It's called NATO. N-A-T-O. Walked down the old field trails and I saw people with their nylon nets as they tried to catch something beyond their reach, rising high, toes on point, another try. So it goes, reaching towards the upland and roads exposed, remnants of a flame welling in the falls, sounds of happy songs. Try to sing along, but you don't know how it goes, turning from the rain while the wind is calling your name. I walked towards the edge of the trail in the shade, hiding from the heat of the day, and I arrived where the cypress trees all bright, and I go down to where the storm water flows in the falls, sounds of happy songs. Try to sing along, but you don't know how it goes.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear May. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. May, everybody, give her a round of applause.
So talented.
Good Lord. Well, I told you. Oh my God, thank you, May. Thank you. You absolutely honored this event tonight. Yeah, so you want to do some photos or something? May, do you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hey, me and Brad can look at it.
It's Zach in there. Zach's your lesser half, right?
One solo, but he's not May.
Zach's about it. We're actually entertaining an audience all over the world. It seems like a small little event in a little punk rock club in what we call Undertown, Gainesville, Florida. It's actually an international event that will live on for years and years and years, and that's thanks to Christy. And thanks to all of you who came and support the fan club and everything else. This is just about keeping the spirit of River Phoenix alive. And it really didn't need any help, to be honest with you. It was doing just fine without us. But us being here is a good thing. I want to thank everybody who came from out of town. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I want to thank everybody who came from around the corner, because this is Gainesville, Florida, home of the Fighting Gators and the Brain Institute, and we're not taking any prisoners. And this is the Hardback Cafe. It's a punk club. We do all kinds of stuff, and it's a punk club. We're just going to do it the way that it happens. And the way that it happens is the way it's going to be. That's the end of that story. My name is Tom Miller, and now I'm drinking a beer. Okay, I'm not advocating drinking beer is good for all of you. It's good for me at the moment. I'm going to drink one. You can drink water, but let's do a toast to River Phoenix. Let's do a toast to Alagazatic. Let's do a toast to the spirit of creativity in Gainesville, Florida. And if a little spills on the earth, that's a good thing. That's the Italian thing. It's totally good. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, oh boy, you can't even believe it. Jack, Mason, and more. I'm calling it Jack, Mason, and more. Are you ready?
Yes!
Jack Mason and I played in a band called Endolphin, and we toured a bunch with Alagazatic. That's where I got to really meet River Phoenix. I'm not the best friend of River Phoenix. I didn't know him that well, I'll tell you. I didn't know him that well. But I'll tell you, one time we jammed together with musical instruments, and then I felt like I knew him like some kind of universal thing. It was a big, big deal. Sasa is here, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know who Sasa is, I bet, some of you. Would you like to have a little inside story about River Phoenix, about music?
Yeah!
About River Phoenix as a person, about Alagazatic as a band, about Gainesville, Florida? Would you like to hear that?
Yes!
I'm not convinced. Can you say it again? Would you like to hear that? This guy flew here! Okay, in an airplane to come to this little shithole. You gotta give it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some inside information, some beautiful memories. Please welcome to the stage, Sasa. Give him a round of applause. Well, mine's upside down. We'll find
Anybody got a guitar? Come on.
Anybody got a guitar?
Good evening, my beautiful friends.
Good evening!
It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. I gotta give thanks and praise to my divine master, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj, and to all my teachers who've just kind of given me everything. And you know, anything good you see in me is because I learned it from somebody amazing. And, the other stuff, that's just me being human. Yeah, so, you know, I was just thinking I love Brother River so much. You know, I had the good fortune that while we were, for the last, let's say, 2 years or so of his life, we started doing music together because Static as a band kind of fell apart. And we know which bands do it, change when people come together and they separate. But anyway, he asked me to just join him and like help him out to do this. He had an idea, a vision to do an album, and that was his dream, you know, since he was a little boy. So I told him, oh yeah, I'm happy to help you out, man, because he was just a really sweet brother, you know. And I never really looked at him like, oh, this, that. I mean, I never really watched movies or anything back then. But his younger brother Joaquin and I were really good friends, and we were hanging out all the time. And whenever River and his band were not in the band room, well, then we all just jumped up in there, and Joaquin and I would do all kind of beautiful music and stuff. He's a very talented musician too, Joaquin. And big shout out. Yeah. And yeah, we just did a lot of music, but then he really, you know, I'd say that River was a musician with a damn good day job, because it was his, you know, just like anybody, no matter what you work. But then as soon as he punched out, he was on his guitar. And man, he was a good guitarist. He played really good. And yeah, he was really good and very unique. He was self-taught, so he had his own style. And anyway, you know, I figured I'd just come up here and send some love. I really, big shout out to Christy for pulling this together.
Woo! Yes!
Yeah, and all you beautiful people who came out here, you know. And my thing is like this, you know, and I'm happy to glorify and talk about any and all of my beautiful friends that are alive or have passed, you know. And one of the things that the time when River passed, it was a time when I started studying the ancient scriptures of India, the Vedic scriptures of India, and reading the Bhagavad Gita. And one of the things that it talks about is that everything in the material world is fleeting. It disappears at any moment. It can all disappear. You know, so you may have lots of money, you may have lots of fame, you may be handsome and beautiful, you could be young, and just in one split moment, it can all disappear. You know, so, but yet, we are not our bodies. Our body is a vehicle, and we inhabit the vehicle for a certain time, and then when it's mashed up, then you take a new one, right? That's what I've learned. And so life is eternal. We are all eternals, spiritual beings, inhabiting a body, you know. So I was thinking, you know, I was going to sing a little song. I wrote a song from a long time ago, and I figured, you know, I'll sing a little bit of it. I mean, I don't know, I haven't been practicing it or anything to perform, but, you know, just out of the spirit of sharing. So, and I think that you all are beautiful people, and I really appreciate being here with you. So,
Aww.
my name is Sasa Hasid Ra, and yeah, this is a little tune. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, he would be tuning his guitar all day long. And that's what happens when somebody who has a natural ability to hear the intricacies of sound, you know. So this song is called Rats, Evil on No Love Star. be angry, trap my heart in pain, till I release my story, choose innocence again. 'Cause life is too precious to waste away in fear. Let's honor the blessing right now and right here. This one's for you. This one's for you. And the love that we live. So rise from the ashes. The best gift is to give. And this one's for you. This one's for you. Yo, it's hard to explain just how pissed off I was when you got ripped from this planet. We had work to do, but we were doing it, just as we planned it. Back in that dream that you had as a child, we conspired to share this hardcore sound worldwide and the blessed planet Earth with songs. But then came along Hollywood, Babylon, check it. So now you got fame on your shoulders, plus the money and the bullshit with it. Man, child in a strange land, he took the weight of the world and he carried it gracefully. When he died, my pride never let me shed a tear, but I cried inside for 10 full years, paralyzed by the tides of fear, perpetrated by the media lies. You got to give it to them. They loved them. How they did their best to forsake you. They love to build you up, to break you, but the fact is the love that we give still shines through. They'll never destroy what we stand for, peace and love, for unity. You'll always be a big soul brother to me, so no matter where you go, that's where you are. Rats evil are no love star. I used to be angry.
Yes.
Trap my heart in pain, till I release my story. Choose innocence again. 'Cause life is too precious to waste away in fear. Let's honor the blessings right now and right here. 'Cause this one's for you. This one for you. The love that we live. So rise from the ashes. Best gift is to give. This one's for you.
Yes.
That's basically the feel, the vibe, the thing. Yeah, you know, and I don't know. It's just really, really a pleasure and honor to share with all of you people. And I was talking with Christy. We met over the phone, and I was saying, and she said, you know, she was so sweet, invite me to everything, you know, all the gatherings and stuff. And she said, I hope it's not weird. I said, look, the way I am is this. I consider each and every one of you to be my friend. Maybe we haven't met yet, but that's a friend that's just makes it even more exciting. I gotta meet some new friends, you know, and that's how I feel about all of you beautiful people. And I want to give a big shout out to Tom Miller for putting it together.
Yes.
For wearing the blazer. Very nice, classy. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, that's it, I guess.
It's beautiful.
I love you all. Yeah, I'll be releasing that song too soon. It's got a badass beat to it. So.
Good.
You'll check it out, right? And it's so nice to hear the music. I loved your stuff. That was great, folks. And May's stuff is really awesome too. Yeah, y'all are great. I can't wait to hear who's next. Right? Love y'all.
Thank you. Love you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sasa, everybody, give him a round of applause. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, right? There you go. Jai Gurudev.
One time Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, right?
Only we know what that means.
Yeah, man.
That's all right. Here, give me that. I'm so much. I'll just put it right here.
I like it.
I'm just going to hold on to this guitar, ladies and gentlemen. Sasa, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Hey, by the way, look, when this thing functionally comes to an entertainment end, we're not done. All right? So 10:30, 11, we're hanging out. We're going to hang out all night. You can ask questions. You can tell stories. We're going to just hang out and drink and celebrate the life and the memory of River Phoenix, Alakazam, everything that his just exponential power brought in this town. He really was a terrific person.
Beautiful brother. I want to say one last thing,
go ahead.
about that song, because the album that River and I were working on, it was this album that he had this really amazing idea, the conception of words. He was a real poet, for real, and he had a concept like, okay, with these palindromes, something that reads backwards and forwards. He had dog, God, and then he had this beautiful song named Senile Felines, and the album itself was called Never Odd or Even. Right? And the song that I just played for you, which is the first time I've ever sang it in front of, outside of the public, and it's called Rat's Evil on No Love Star, and it's also palindromic.
I love it.
Well, Sasa, on that note, I would like to say River ought to be recognized for his poetry.
Yes, like we were talking earlier.
Not just the music, not just the extraordinary. The fact that when he was in anything that he did in cinema, he expressed a reality that we could all relate to. I mean, everybody knows that. We wouldn't be talking about it.
That's why we're here, yeah.
If that wasn't the case. The fact that he was a brilliant poet too. Am I right?
Yeah, brilliant poet.
Right on.
Yeah, that's probably one of his greatest things. Yeah.
Sasa, thank you for traveling halfway across America to get here.
Blessings.
Thank you, Sasa.
All right.
And he's here all night.
Yeah, loving it.
Oh man. So I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen from the beginning. I don't know how it's going to go now. But we're just going to keep on going. One of my favorite things that River Phoenix did was he showed up at the beginning of an Alakazam show, and he told you what he thought. He told you what he believed, and sometimes his mouth probably ran about 90 feet faster than his brain did. But that's not a weakness, that's a strength. What he did beautifully was he said who he was, how he was, in the moment, and then later you could figure out, the deal of it. The bottom line is, people who live in the moment, you can recognize those folks. All of you have done that. You can recognize that in yourselves when you just said, I'm just going to do it. I'm called the Space Masons. Right. I was just lucky to be there. There were like 9 bass players. I was just one of the 9. I wasn't even, I can't even really own up to the fact that I'm the bass player for Space Masons. There's like 9 of them. But for the moments that I had where I got to play on a couple of tracks or anything else, what a privilege. What a songwriter. This is somebody who, in the same vein as Alakazam, was around here in the 90s, playing something creative. Do you know why we're not playing a whole bunch of Alakazam songs tonight in tribute, besides the fact that would be fucking tacky?
I thought that's what it was.
Because they're really difficult songs to play. You'd have to spend a year trying to play an Alakazam song. You'd have to spend a year trying to play the simplest sounding Alakazam song. It couldn't be done. Couldn't be done. And River wouldn't have wanted that anyway. And he wouldn't have wanted, he wouldn't have wanted this. He just, what I think he would have wanted was that people appreciate music, appreciate artists, and appreciate the different ways that we all can be. I think he would have wanted that. I think he was a storyteller. I think when he was on screen, he acted a truth. He didn't act, he acted a truth. And when you go to any movie that you love, the ones that hang in your mind are the ones where nobody was trying to do anything. You just said, I get that character. Every movie he made, the shittiest movies he made, and the best movies he made, every single one of those movies, truth was at the center, the epicenter of everything that he did. That's, I think, why we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, my chess nemesis, because he plays chess and he's pretty fucking good. He beat like a A-rated like hotshot guy. What was that guy's name? Jude Akers. You beat him. You beat him in the park. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Mason and more. Jack Mason and more. What a privilege. That's him. I'm gonna let him say it. And you can say it too. Jack Mason, everybody, give him a round of applause.
Hello, everybody. Hey, I'm Jack Mason. Was in this band a long time ago called Endolphin. And we had the unique pleasure of touring the East Coast with Alakazattic. And there was a lot of hijinks and stuff that I'll get to later. But first I wanted to introduce a special guest tonight. I'm Jack Mason II, and I would like to introduce Jack Mason III, my son, and play a couple songs for you guys. Jack Mason.
Jack 3.
That's right.
Jack 3.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay.
Tom, we doing 5 and 6 for guitars?
Sure.
Yeah, taking everybody.
Could you do this again for me for a few minutes? Come on, I'm going to talk to Sasa.
Hey, that's live. We don't need the mic. Strong. Jesus Christ. I'm fine. Holy shit. Rob McGregor is here. Oh my God. He recorded everything that we love. Thank you. That's all. All right, won't say anything else.
Oh my God, the
Well, I won't back down.
Yeah.
No, I won't back down. You can stand me up. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the wine, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line.
Father and son switch places. Jack Mason takes the stage. Some hardcore shit going down. River Phoenix Memorial. Hell yeah. Woo!
Way to go, Jack.
Hey, how am I going to be able to see him on my cheat sheet here?
All right. Let the video.
What?
I heard what you said. I heard you thinking my thoughts.
Yeah, that's good. That extra light. That extra light is good.
Now we're doing the hardback show. Oh yeah, nice, beautiful.
Okay, where do I plug in? Right here?
Right there, yeah.
I got my controls on medium, everything on medium.
Yes. Great sound check. Give a round of applause. That was supposed to be at 7:30.
Alright, let me, I guess I can, I might try something. Not yet. Hey, ho ho ho. And then, oh yeah, when I put the tuner on, it turns off the guitar. Alright, let's start out with one that I wrote back in the 70s. Let me see here, how do we go?
cinnamon girl. I didn't really write that one. Neil Young wrote that one. And here's one by, I'm not going to play anything I wrote because all my stuff's not that great.
No covers here, no covers.
I'm going to play this one, play this other one I like. Perfect. Took 3 days to drive down one street. Radio on, tuned to the big fleet. Invisible planes cracking the concrete. That's just what some people say. Down my blanket on cigarette butt beach. I saw the young man, he was doing okay, making his last stand on old bottles and cans. Around there, Calistan way. Hey. Used to be 16 lanes, used to be one way, used to be Little Spain, used to be España Nuevo, used to be Navajo, used to be Yippee-Yay, I don't know. From the weather, I got a wheezy. I play some pachinko, I play pachisi. St. Anne,
still making it breezy in the valley of tar that once was LA. And my best friend, he's the king of karaoke. He struck up a chord and to get away out of the pain and into Japan, down there Calistan way. Hey. Used to be 16 lanes, used to be one way, used to be Mexican, used to be España Nuevo, used to be Navajo, used to be yippee yay. I don't know. Thank you. You know, those chords sometimes will get in the way of your performance. You just gotta, keep playing. And now here's another one with other chords I don't actually know. This one I wrote back in the 60s.
I love that song. It's my favorite Mason song from the 60s.
Why don't you love me like you used to do? Hey, I need some more light up here, people. I can't see this word. There we go. Why don't you love me like you used to do? You treat me like a worn out shoe. My hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Ain't had no loving like the hugging and the kissing and the long while. We don't get nearer, further, closer than a country mile.
I'm back.
Well, why don't you spark me like you used to do? And say sweet nothing like you used to do. If somebody's changed, let me give you a clue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Ain't had no loving like the hugging and the kissing and the long, long while. We don't get nearer, further, closer than a country mile. Why don't you be just like you used to be? How come you find so many faults with me? Somebody's changed, let me give you a clue. Why don't you love me like you do? Now why don't you say the things you used to say? How come you treat me like a piece of clay? My hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Why don't you love me like you used to do? Okay, no, I lied. This is one I wrote in the 90s. And Miller's gonna come up and play some bongos with me.
Where's Leslie?
You bing, 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 you bing. You feel uptight.
She's right there.
You bing, you bing, you bing, you bing, you bing, you bing. You feel uptight. You got to go slow. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. You got to take it easy. Ooh, yeah. Relax. You got to go slow. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Got to take it easy. Oh, 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 baby. Relax. If you need somebody to come over and help you eat up your lasagna, if you need somebody to come over and help you drink the beer, if you need somebody to come over and help you smoke up all your ganja, baby, I'm for free. You got to go slow. Ooh, yeah. Got to take it easy. Ooh, relax. You got to go slow. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Got to take it easy. Ooh, yeah. Relax. If you need somebody to come over and help you eat up your lasagna, if you need somebody to come over and help you drink your beer, if you need somebody to come over and help you smoke up all your ganja, baby, I'm for free. I said free. One better than two. One ding 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 dong dong. That's it. And song. Thank God.
Tom knows how to beatbox, man.
Now I'm gonna sing one that my buddy Tom Miller wrote. It's a pretty good little country song. There's a reference to one of our presidents. I want to see if you can catch it at the end. Or maybe it's at the beginning. In my yard. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Only 3 chords. 3 chords.
In my yard. Are weird bushes. you'll die. Oh, the cute little crabs frolic in the bushes. They sing and they dance and they play all day. Weird bushes, weird bushes, weird bushes, bush is weird. Thank you. Hey Tom, can you come up and help me sing the last one?
Yes.
I got one more for you guys.
Jack Mason, everybody, give him a round.
Such a privilege. I should play bass on this. I think I'll play bass.
Yeah, why don't you play bass on this one?
You have a bass? I happen to have a bass. Somewhere in here.
Used to be 16 lanes, used to be one way, used to be Mexican.
Just want to say this is the greatest River Phoenix benefit that we've ever done in the history of the club as of tonight.
Love the bass, Tom.
I'm going to plug it in now. Whoever came up with that idea, that's a great idea.
You have a strap?
All right. No, I don't have a strap. I'm just going to...
You want a strap?
No, I don't want a strap.
I got an extra strap.
Anything, Alan? Nothing?
Yeah, strap it on my arm.
I just wanted to point out, he asked me to plug it in with the emergency if I turned off the high voltage.
Well, it doesn't sound very good, and I think we're ready to go.
You want to use this one?
No?
9:58.
By the way, we're almost at the magic hour. So for everybody that came from out of town and everybody that's from in town, it's about to happen. It's going to happen at 10 o'clock. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Christy. She's going to organize it, and you're going to be blown away. Coming soon in 10 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
4 minutes. Let's just do it. I'll just sing the harmonies. It doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, there it is. It came up live. Right. So I've been handed this thing. I've been told I can play it. I'm going to try.
You're going to knock me in the head with it?
Yes, I am. Jack, it's a privilege to play on the stage with you again after all these years. M. Dolphin, the Space Masons, etc.
It is pretty cool.
Yes.
I gotta say.
In honor of the creativity.
So we rehearsed this 22 times.
Yes. Last night.
So now it's gonna sound good.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? You got your bass parts ready?
I have my bass parts ready. I'm going to slap these.
Hold on. There was a guy, an underwater guy who ruled the sea. He got killed by 10,000 pounds of sludge from New York and New Jersey. This monkey's gone to heaven. This monkey's gone to heaven. creature in the sky got sucked in a hole. Now there's a hole in the sky, and the ground's not cold. And if the ground's not cold, everything's gonna burn. We'll all take turns. I'll get mine too. This monkey's gone to heaven. 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 If man is five, if man is five, if man is five, then the devil is six. Devil is six. Devil is six. If the devil is six, then God is seven. God is seven. God is seven. This monkey's gone to heaven. 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 This monkey's gone to heaven.
Jack Mason, everybody. Jack Mason, come on. Encore. Jack Jr. played. Where is he? Give him a round of applause. Stand, there he is, right there. You can ask him anything you want tonight. My name is Tom Miller, and one day I will tune the bass guitar. Great idea, and will help the music to sound better. Yes? Okay. No, everybody's going to get to say whatever they want to say. Ladies and gentlemen, what a privilege. What an honor. I want to tell you, I've got a short set of material that I want to do, but as I see the clock right now, we're heading up to 10 o'clock. We promised everyone that we're going to unveil the plaque, okay? At 10 o'clock. That we are going to do, period. So, with that in mind, there are storytellers here. There are musicians, beautiful people who traveled all over the world. We want to do this right. So, I'm thinking at the Hardback Cafe, we probably ought to take a smoke break. And then,
What you smoking?
whatever, it doesn't matter. And then at 10 o'clock precisely, the one thing that we must do, the one thing, right, Kristen, where are you? We must do, you and your friends, we've got to unveil that properly. By the way, please welcome to the stage Kristen. Kristen, can we talk about the raffle? Now look, none of this happens without Kristen. None of this happens without the fan club. Kristen, tell us about the raffle.
Okay, well, there's a raffle.
Ba-da-bum.
Yeah, that was good. Need some drums. All right. So, if you turn your attention to the back corner by the bar, there is a drawing that was made from a fan in New York City. She drew this especially for this event. She was commissioned to do this. We do have raffle tickets up at the front here. Raffle tickets are $5 suggested donation. There will be a winner. And also, this lovely portrait behind me of the guest of honor. Thanks, ma'am. It's also part of that raffle. So there will be two winners. One for the drawing, that will be first. So the first ticket drawn will be the drawing, and then the second will be this wonderful poster. So, if you would like to purchase a raffle ticket, up at the front here, there is my lovely assistant, Carrie, and she will take your funds and give you a raffle ticket.
Where do the proceeds?
Oh, excuse me.
Where do the proceeds go?
Excuse me. I wasn't done yet. Okay. The proceeds from this raffle will go to the River Phoenix Center for Peacebuilding.
Yes!
I kind of thought that might be a given, but you know, I gotta sing. Ready?
I'm ready.
Back to Tom.
Kristen, you're amazing that you figured out how to put all this together. She planted a seed, and here we are. It's a beautiful thing. You've got to give it up for Kristen. You have to.
Kristen! Yeah!
You've got to give it up to all her friends and all of the people who are in the River Phoenix Fan Club. They traveled. They actually got on an airplane in a pandemic to come down here, okay? We must honor River Phoenix. We must honor Aleka's Attic, and we must honor the spirit of Gainesville and certainly the spirit of the Hardback Cafe. All of this is happening right now. We're going to take a short break. We're going to play some music. I'm going to do my set later. Let's just hang out, tell some stories. Some people are going to come up and speak in just a few minutes. Let's take a 10-minute smoke break, and then we're going to unveil.
What about the plaque?
What about the what?
10 minutes! 10 minutes after the smoke! But it's 10:04.
What about the black? What are you saying?
Plaque!
Oh, the black! The black gets unveiled at 10, fuckers! Jesus Christ, come on, there's a fucking 5 minute per episode, 6-episode thing about the plaque. Of course it's going to get unveiled. That's what we're here for. Good Lord. I'm sorry you had to see that. Sorry you had to see what we really are here. Yes, anybody has Valium or volume. Anyway, we're taking a break. Look, we're just going to play some local music, and then we're going to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Jesus Christ. I'm not doing any more of these. Anyway, yes, we'll be right back. Also, there's a great set by Tom Miller. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, Leslie here. We've been filming. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back to unveil the plaque. So don't go anywhere. Peace out.
But damn it, I told you you should have had me host it. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, Christy, where are you? Nobody can peel away the secret plaque but you. You know where the secret plaque is.
Do I?
You do. Where is TV 20? Nowhere. Where is WUFT? Nowhere to be found. Where's the Independent Florida Alligator? Invisible. Where is Moon Magazine if they're defunct? The only people that loved us was the Wombat radio station. I just want everybody to know that for the record. Ladies and gentlemen, see that amazing person walking over to what appears to be a piece of regular art?
Pardon.
Are going to unveil the plaque. Everybody gets your cameras going. We're going to unveil that plaque.
Sorry guys.
No worries.
At exactly 10 o'clock when we said we would.
Yes. It's 10 o'clock somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock, Gainesville time. This plaque.
Yes!
I love Rivers. Hey, he's a sweetheart. Rivers wrote my pal, yeah.
Awesome. This is so amazing. This is so cool.
Right?
Say hey everybody. Sorry we're live. Sorry. Anybody want to say anything? We're live around the world. Anybody want to say anything? Yeah. Hey. Hey. It's you. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Uh-oh.
Check, 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 chicken divine.
Oop, nope, that's not gonna work.
It's so bright. I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight. This has really been special night. So good to meet all you wonderful people, the new people, the amazing fans. Thanks for making this happen. And I'm not used to looking into it. I can see some faces now. Tom and Alan, thank you so much. I've never been to this hardback, but I'm digging the vibe. I really like the stickers in the toilet. And the fact that if someone wanted to, they could kind of watch you tinkle or do whatever you're doing in there, or just looking through the window. And I was gonna wear like a cute dress and my red velvet boots and stuff, and I thought, no, I'm gonna dress kind of like how we used to dress and how I still actually dress, in some river style attire. And this was a shirt that we shared. I used to thrift for us, and I have to say that River loved the hardback. River loved Gainesville, Micanopy, the whole area. He loved the community. He loved the heart and soul of the people here. And he felt very at home here, like he hadn't felt probably really anywhere. He had a sense of community here that he didn't have elsewhere. He told me that even though he loved his work as an actor, being famous was very difficult for him. And he told me he loved the fans. He wanted to be able to be connected with them, but he really kind of hated signing the autographs and all that stuff. He told me he felt like Goofy at Disney World. And if you knew River, you knew he really was Goofy. Right? He was brilliant, talented, compassionate. He loved peace, he loved humanity and the earth and the animals.
Yeah.
He was a praying man, he loved God.
Yeah.
And he strived to do right and speak up about the good things in life and sharing love and being kind, and he was oh so generous and gracious and just loved his friends. He loved music. Music was his heart besides his loved ones and creator, but he loved being here. He loved being able to just be a regular person and to just be himself and hang out at the Hardback, perform at the Hardback, and be able to mesh and jam out literally with not just peers but true friends, because in Hollywood he had some good friends in Hollywood, but you often don't really know who your real friends are. And even when you're not in Hollywood, you don't always know who your real friends are. But he made some really true and beautiful friends here in Gainesville. And I just want to thank you all for coming out. And now, if there's any of you all out there that want to get up and share a few words about River.
I just want to stand next to you.
Sasa!
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was so generous. Oh my goodness. Such a generous brother, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, such a generous brother.
So, do you have any goofy stories or fun stories or serious stories that anyone would like to share about River, your experience with River?
Come on up, come on.
Come on now.
Don't be shy, don't be shy.
A round of applause, everybody.
Yeah!
The door has been opened to the next section of the show. Now, I'm really here to introduce Danarchy. Danarchy has been with the Hardback day one, okay? He has tons of River Phoenix stories. He's only going to tell you 2. So he told me. But my River Phoenix story is one day I was invited, I was in a band called Endolphin. We were on tour with River Phoenix. We were doing college towns, all kinds of stuff. And we got invited to a little dinner, okay, at River's house, Hart Phoenix. Just a buffet, all this stuff. I was like, oh, I was kind of dazzled by all of it. And I'm going down, I get some of this and some of that. I'm like, where's the beef? Just kidding. I'm in trouble. And I'm going down, and I get to the end, and there's an interesting table with nuts and legumes over in the, over here. So I go over to this other table, and I start, forking whatever that was. And then we all sit at the table, and I was told in front of everybody that the food I had taken from the separate table was for the dogs. Their fucking dogs were vegan. All right? I'm just telling you, that's absolutely true. With supplements and everything else. I'm eating it and I'm going, this tastes like it should be, some kind of meat product for dogs, but it wasn't. It was just that the dogs were vegan. And River says to me, Tom, don't feel embarrassed. I eat at the dog table all the time. That's a true story. Let me tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, Danarchy's been with the Hardback forever. I'm scared of the stories that he would tell, which is what excites me to introduce him. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage for a couple River Phoenix moments, the one and only Danarchy. Give him a round of applause.
Hey everybody. First I want to say thank you very much, Christy. Thank you for all of this. And what's going to happen out of this is from all of us coming out and hearing stories and hanging out and talking with each other and stuff, you're going to empower a lot of people to maybe think about doing a little bit something different than what they've been doing over the years. And that's really cool. Thank you very much for all of the effort that you put into this.
I'm gonna get a good seat for this.
He's mobile now. All right. I started out listening to music and stuff back in the 80s in Gainesville, and stuff, whatever. And a lot of you out here have done the same before me. And that's what is really fucking cool here, is because I get to follow the path that many of you have set for me and others. And that to me is one of the things in the punk rock world that I believe in, is that we are there to set the path, help set the path, so the people behind us don't have to waste time following that same frickin' path. We can create more, we can do more. And that's what's happened out of Gainesville throughout all the years. So when it comes to River, I have to say the same thing. I'm following in the path that he has set and the others in his band has set up for me to walk. They battled those battles. They got in the clubs, they got in the bars, they got in there before I and the crew that I run with come in after that. And I want to thank you for that, Big River, and I want to thank all of you that are sitting out here. I can go lots of names here of people that have walked before myself. But anyways, the two stories that I have with River is one of the times that he was playing. A lot of you see the photos and stuff, and you have memories of him with long hair, looking wild and rambling and jamming and being a crazy dude, whatever. I remember one of the shows where we played, he had short hair, just a regular normal guy, came out, and they were playing. And at one point during halfway through the show, he pulled out a blue, it was either a viola or a violin, and he wanted to say that he wanted to try it and start, see how he could do in the band. That's not what he normally did. And so I was like, yeah, okay, cool, go for it, that's neat. And he started to do it, but then it blew us away because halfway through they had planned this, but halfway through the set, all of a sudden, from the side door, a bunch of kids ran in. And they were the Rhinosaurs. And they were part of Phoenix and all of them. They were the younger crowds. They were the ones who were following what River had did. And he was giving them a chance. But anyways, they crashed in, they picked up all the instruments, Alakazadic stepped off and let them play. And all of a sudden, here we are, in the middle at this time, punk rock is coming on, full on in Gainesville, and we're like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And these little kids, they fucking rocked the house. They fucking rocked it. And to this day, I always remember that, two things. River standing up there, playing the blue viola. I talked to Sasa tonight to confirm my blurred memories, and he said yes, he did do that at one point. So it's not, it actually did happen. Sometimes we create things, and I was so happy to remember that actually was him and the kids that looked up to him, all on the stage one night in front of a hardcore punk rock show, playing out to us. Thank you, River. Thank all of you for that part of that night. So the other memory that I have is one that has rarely ever been told. And if you got a camera, you might want to put your phones on with this, because I'm not telling this too many more times on stage, because I'm going to get in trouble for this shit somehow by somebody. Oh, God. Anyways, this is a sad, but it's an awesome memory. When River passed, we got word here in Gainesville. Everybody's trying to figure out what happened, why, and all that stuff. And figured, well, okay, we got to get beyond that because funerals come pretty soon afterwards. So we have to deal with that first, and we'll figure out the how, whys, and all that shit later. So, shortly after it happened, we were all in the Hardback. It was just a regular night, hanging out there, chatting. Everybody's sitting down. We had tables sitting out this in a different place downtown, and we're all kind of like talking and stuff like that. And somebody came along and started putting a rose on each of the tables. And this is their way of just saying, goodbye, River. That was their way, and they walked out. And we knew that there was going to be something going on in town for his memory. We didn't know quite what it was. Everybody's, putting their ear to the vine. We didn't have Facebook back then, none of that. The internet had just been there, so nobody knew. It was all word of mouth. Quarters in the pocket, put it in the payphone and give a call kind of stuff. And we were sitting there, I was working the door. It was early in the evening, probably about 6, 7 o'clock, just as we're opening up the club, the Hardback, so not a lot of people were there. And I was working the door, Carrie was working the bar, Alan was hanging around and doing what he was doing. There was a few other band members there that night. And all of a sudden, I look up, I'm like, no fucking way. Just no fucking way. And here comes Dan Aykroyd. Steven Spielberg. Coming to the Hardback to say goodbye to their friend, River. They'd flown in all the way, come in to this little podunk, punk rock bar that they could probably give two shits about. They have a million to deal with in Hollywood, so we're nothing. But they came here. And not only did they come here, many other Hollywood celebrities came into Gainesville to celebrate his life. And the thing about it is, when they came down to us, you know, I knew who he was, obviously. He's one of my favorites, Dan Aykroyd. So I told him I have to card you. I was like, you know, I got you. I just got you. And he said, okay, that's fine. I got you. But promise me you'll never tell anybody you did to ask or anything like that. Don't worry about it. I don't know you. I just want to know that you're 21 or older. He's like, good one. Good. So anyways, I carded him, and that was really cool. And Spielberg had started me, and then they had a bodyguard with him, and that's, well, he's got a gun on his side, so I'm not going to card him. He can go in. You know? So when they come in, and this is where it gets good. And this is why I'm going to get in trouble for revealing this, but I think it's 30 years later, so I think we can go away. I think we can go ahead with this. So anyways, we go out in the courtyard, we're all just chilling, you know, Dan's out there, Steven's out there talking, we're just, you know, everybody's just shooting the shit. Clay from Highway 66 was there, I think Bill Clower, you know, from 66, and we're all just like, hey, this is cool, we're chit-chatting with Dan Aykroyd in the Hardback. And he's like, everybody smoke? Yeah, we can smoke, yeah. And back then, you couldn't smoke marijuana in town, I mean, it was like, you'd go to jail. I mean, it's not like today where you could just spark up on the stage here. Which I'm tempted to. But anyway, so he pulls out some pre-rolls, you know, that lights them up, pass them around, and fuck yeah, we're smoking out with Dan Aykroyd. This is sweet. This is so sweet. So by halfway through that joint, the whole place was asleep. Kid you not. I don't know what the fuck the dude rolled up in that thing or had rolled up for him, but it was some fucking dank ass shit. So he's just like walking around like Snoop Dogg. Want some? Hey, wake up. You want some? So, anyway, so we call that as we got Aykroyd. So anytime you get super danked out, just call it Aykroyd in the memory of Phoenix. So shortly after that, so he smoked out and everything, then he walked up to the bar, and Carrie was one of our employees at the time, working the bar, long-time employee, really cool gal. She's standing there, and he walks up and he's like, I'm on the backs. She's just looking at him. Just looking at him. He's like, no. You're faking this. You're not Dan Aykroyd. I don't know. No. He's like, no, really, I want a beer. Like, card me. She carded him. Then we all got a hold of his ID and we passed it around to everybody. So we all carded him. He's like, all right, can I get a damn beer now? So we finally gave him his beer. But shortly after that, they all drank with us and everything and moved on. But they wanted to go and they asked us where are all the other spots that River may have gone or anybody of like-minded. And we told them at that time, Lillian's was a really cool place for everybody to go. There was the alternative world, so they went down there. They hit Nellie's. They hit a bunch of places. And the thing about it is, at the end of the night, they came back to the Hardback.
Yeah.
And that's my two stories about River. And I just hope that you all think about this, what you're doing here and why and all that stuff, and just think about it. This guy here is part of our past.
Amen.
Woo-wee!
Yeah.
Danarchy, everybody, give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anarchy. And would anybody else like to say something? Make it open, Margaret. You're a fantastic poet and a wonderful friend, and You've come to the Hardback and illuminated us in so many ways. What do you got to say? Come on up to the stage. Let's see. Micanopy Margaret, everybody. Give her a round of applause.
Yeah!
I have no idea what she's going to do.
Eliminate.
Hello, everybody. I'm Micanopy Margaret. I moved to Micanopy almost 10 months ago, and I did not renew over for Phoenix. I'm 26 years old, so. But Micanopy, for those of you who don't know, is River Phoenix's and Joaquin Phoenix's birthplace. And when I first moved there, I heard tale of him. But one of the things that you learn when you go to Micanopy is that they want to keep that part of his life private. So unfortunately, I don't have any childhood stories for you today, but upon listening to all the things that you guys have had to say, Dan Archie, Tom Miller, Christy, I wanted to share 2 poems tonight that I think River would have appreciated, and that honestly I feel called to share with you through him. And the fact that I have, I guess, constantly come up against River in my journey through Gainesville, which has severely changed my life in the best kind of way. So the first one is called Night Turtle, which I now feel the need to dedicate to River Phoenix. Shelly sand pressed gently into his hand, gulped back, glimmering softly in the waning full moon, illuminating the tide about to rise. The occasional wave, more determined than the rest, reaches to kiss the top of his head, eroding away as the full moon wanes to become new. He will not remain to witness her darkness. Only then should he rejoice as his sands and shells return to be given new shape.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the second one is a Lillian's poem, which I wanted to share because Lillian's, for those of you who have been here or have not been here, is a very important Gainesville place. It's got that vibe. Very important. Very important. And so this is my Lillian's poem. Lots of alcohol. You can smoke in there, which is one of the... Yeah! Not weed though, not yet. One day. And this is my Lillian's poem. Stained glass glows yellow. When evening blankets herself over the city, the glass becomes the sun, the sun, the sun. A god in his own right, watched lovingly by the woman lounging on swing. The smell of cigarettes staining brown ceilings. What have these walls seen? Who laid brick upon brick? Who lovingly crafted glass? Is it made sacred by the unknowing? Guarded by gorilla, I say, thank you when I leave. For the laughter and tears, for the way you held my hand and picked me up and said, blessed is the one who eats popcorn. Sprinkled with too much salt and smiles anyway. Blessed is the one hunched in the alley, the place where the universe creates and destroys, breaks and heals, the small opening through which the city feeds itself. In between bouts with misunderstood demons, there's discussion of art and construction, of loss and the way this place consumes itself. Blessed is the one who watches Gator games, beer in one hand, hot dog in the other, with the city breathing just outside. If you walk out the door, you feel it. Music pulsating, voices cascading, tire wheels crunching concrete weathered by jaywalkers, and the rising and falling of the sun, the sun, the sun. How else do you stand freezing in the cold after gates close except to gaze at its light? Blessed is the one who leaves and comes back.
Yes. Good job.
I think that it is so wonderful that Christy has organized this incredible event, and I think Allen is absolutely the master of Gainesville and the patron of art of this town. And Tom Miller is the best host that you could ask for.
What a host.
Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in, both online and in person, especially in person. Thank you.
Make the note be Margaret, everybody.
Yes.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Well, we're going to go together to the deepest place we can go before we leave. I'm going to ask you to go there together. The deepest place we can go before we leave. Would anybody like to say something? I think Danica, and then would anybody like to say something? This is the Hardback stage. Say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I already stuffed my foot in my mouth and I jammed it in there and it's coming out my ass already. I fucked this thing up wholly from top to bottom, and I'm so proud of that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get on this stage and do better than that, it will be no difficulty whatsoever. You can come on the stage. I've set the bar for you. Everybody will be better. Everybody will be better than me. Everybody will kick ass. Who's coming on this stage to say the next thing? Danica.
Yes, I am. I kind of forget about this sometimes, but anyways, I just wanted to show you something about the hardback that not a whole lot of you have seen, but this is what the hardback means.
Oh, wow. Woo! That's amazing. That is amazing.
Wow! He's not fucking around.
That was in 1994. 2 years after River Phoenix, after the whole situation unfolded. And that's what he's a part of the path of. Right along my stomach is punk rock clubs that have led up to that point. So that's the hardback tattoo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hardback.
Okay, I'm just going to position the microphone. No, get on. You're fantastic. Okay. Quiet your mouths and louden your ears.
Hi, my name is Leslie. I came here from near Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I just felt the need to get up here and be in gratitude right now. In the interest of full disclosure, I was never a River fan. I didn't gravitate towards him, although we were in the same generation. He's only a couple years older than me. And I didn't know anything about him until one day, his energy, his spirits, his effervescence entered my life and completely changed it. Once upon a time, I never would have got up here and said anything, done anything. I would have just hid back in the corner. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't have even come. Okay? I excelled at being invisible. And now, I'm speaking on a stage and paying homage to, the beautiful soul that is River and will always be River. And I'm in gratitude for everyone here, for everyone online. I see all your comments. I've been the one filming tonight. For just between me and Christy, we've been doing it. And I am so grateful. And I know everybody's been saying thank you to Christy. And I just want to know that, I want you to know, Christy, that being one of the people who's been helping you behind the scenes has been an honor and a privilege to be able to give back to not only, our universe that we all vibe in, but also to the River universe, the universe that exists, the universe of family and friends, and that's what we are. We're family and friends. We're family. And I never really realized that before. And to have everybody come and be together in the same space all because of River, is a beautiful testament to him. And I'm so grateful for all of you here tonight for sharing of yourself and for being here and for just making Christy's, beautiful memorial realized. It's amazing. And that's really all I wanted to say. I just wanted to be in gratitude for all of you and thank you for being here. So, peace and love.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone? Oh, come on. Don't make me close out the show and jam my leg into my mouth all the way to the end. Somebody's got something else to say. All right, well, look, here's how it's going to go. We probably screwed up the raffle. If you want to get in on the raffle, there's a beautiful, beautiful drawing of River Phoenix. All of the money goes to the Central River Phoenix Charity. This drawing, you can take that home with you tonight. They're very, very inexpensive tickets. It was so beautiful that everybody came tonight. I'm supposed to be the closing act, and I'm not going to do my entire set. I was going to, but there's no reason for me to do that.
Do the entire set.
No, I'm going to do one song of the set, and I'm going to dedicate the song, and it's only a minute and a half, by the way. And I'm going to dedicate the song to all of you, and I'm going to dedicate the song to Christy, who planted the seed, and I'm going to dedicate the song to her friends and everybody that came from out of town to come to our little punk rock club. It is a little punk rock thing. That's what it wasn't ever going to be, the Academy Awards. We're so proud that it wasn't ever going to be that. We're proud that it was the way that it is.
Yes.
A small group of people coming together with such passion to remember River. And we're so proud of the Hardback. We're so proud of Alan Bushnell. Give him a round of applause. And the Bushnell family. We're so proud of everybody in River's family who continue to be amazing performers and artists, and they just will not take the fast money. They're just going to do what they need to do creatively, and it's so beautiful to watch. You'll see them all. You'll see them all. I will play one song, and then that's not the end of the night. The lights will go down. The mic could come back alive. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever the fuck we want here on this stage in Gainesville, Florida, home of the Fighting Gators and the Brain Institute. At the known center of the universe, we can say anything that we want to and know that at the end of the day, or at least the end of the next day, that we can all walk out arm in arm, knowing that creativity is the end-all solution to adversity. I send this to anybody doing war. I send this to anybody who is conflicted about what their life is. I'm telling you, just hang out. Know that there is a place you can come to, online, in your imagination, and in real life, that says, no matter who you are, you can get on the stage, be who you are, and speak to anyone your truth. This is the one and only song I'm going to perform tonight. I mean, I had like a 40-minute set planned. Also, I'm playing a guitar that I've never played before, and it's upside down and backwards. I'm a left-handed player. This is strung the opposite way. I'm going to overcome those obstacles to play this song for you. And it might be out of tune, and I'm not going to tune the guitar. I'm going to allow it to be out of tune.
He's millering it.
I'm going to Miller this shit. Woo! Thank you, Jack. I don't know what you just jam the mic into the sound hole of the guitar. Thank you. That's really helpful. Fucking Jack Mason, give him a round of applause.
Jack!
there's no reason for me to be here if it wasn't for Jack Mason and the Dolphin folks and Space Masons and Raul Merlo and all the memories that we have. And you know, the hardback is the real deal. Anyway, let's get this over with. It's only 2 minutes, and then we'll play music. We'll get drunk and get the fuck out of here. We'll fly back where we came from.
My arms are tired.
With the knowledge that you did such beautiful things tonight, such beautiful things. You can turn that up, Alan, if you want. And can I have some, sexy, something that makes my voice sound like that I don't sound like a frog.
We don't have one.
Okay, well, I'll just sing it. Here we go. Hey, and this is dedicated to all of you, and I swear to God, I'm playing this for River Phoenix right now. I can love you now, and I can love you then, here and there and anywhere. I'm saving you till the end. And don't you wonder why you're more than just a friend. So don't come with me now, I'm saving you till the end. I didn't ask for loving, I didn't ask for pain. You gotta keep on waiting till I get to you again. I see you in the distance, a kiss to you I send. And since you don't mind waiting